Okay, well, let's background the special occasion. This April the 1st, 1998. Why is it so significant for Riverton? Let's go to Riverton. Riverton Hospital. Today it makes history as the ownership changes from the Chi into a private company. But then Riverton Hospital, it's always made history. In fact, some people say that it was one of the first hospitals ever set up in New Zealand. Let's find out when that was. And here's someone who'll know about the history of it. How are you, Jan?
Well, thanks.
How old is this hospital, Riverton Hospital?
Riverton Hospital was actually built in 1888. Prior to that, there had been a smaller hospital, but they realised they needed a larger one, so they built the brick one in 1888.
Expensive for them in those days?
Yes, it was. It cost £2,000, so I suppose that would have been a lot of money.
And additions were added, 1929, the maternity home.
Yes, that is now the annex. It was built a 6-bed hospital, and it actually cost £3,000, I think it was, something like that.
Was it the idea to have maternity homes? Why was that a part of the hospital?
Well, people in the community realised that they wanted to have their babies under supervision. Some still remained to be born at home, but that was part of the trend.
Administration changes in 1936?
Yes, Wallace and Field Hospital Board was responsible, and they then became transferred it to the Southland Hospital Board.
And so it continued up until today, but in 1949 TB was rife.
Yes, definitely, and Mr Dyer donated money and they built a wing in Dyer Trust, it's called, and the TB patients were nursed there with doors that opened out onto a terrace for treatment. And following Whakari being opened, the patients transferred through there.
And in the 60s it was downsizing?
Well, yes, it was changing. Our operating theatre ceased operating, and our maternity home closed about 1966.
And it became the specialist long-term care for the elderly that we see now?
That's right, for Western Southland and all Southland, yes.
Very historical day for the Riverton Hospital, Alistair.
It is a big day for the Riverton Hospital and the Western District.
100 years it's been a government sort of hospital, and now what's it going to be?
Well, it's developing into a private company to run the Riverton Hospital and Rest Home and Retirement Village.
Is it time for you to celebrate after how long's the process been?
It's taken us 7 months to go through the protocols with the change of land ownership from the government to ourselves, and we've had to follow that very closely.
And now you're ready to celebrate, so what is this key? What is it the key to in your mind?
Well, I think it's the key to the Western District and for the people of the Western District to provide a top-class facility for everybody.
Now you're going to have to change that key shortly because you're going to have a new building.
Most definitely, and we can't build that quick enough. We feel that once we get the drawings and everything done, the people in the Western District will be very happy.
Well, can you show us where that building's going to be? All right, thank you. You've got a nice driveway already there. Is the new hospital going to be on both sides of that driveway?
It's going to be one building, and with all modern buildings, it's to make it easy for everybody, for residents and staff.
Communication and all that. But what sort of facilities are you going to have in there too, Alistair?
It's going to be a geriatric hospital for long-term hospital care, and also for rest home care and for a secure wing for likes of Alzheimer.
Difference between that one building and what you've got at the moment?
Oh, very much so. With all modern buildings, you can cut your costs down with the different types of building materials you can use today, and also having all the staff in one place. And it's easier for the management, for the heating, the whole cost of the building is so much better.
Feel today, this
How
point in history?
I've been very fortunate to be part of those, and I'm really, really excited, especially for Western District, for the future. Absolutely, yeah.
And it does look good for the future, but the whole transition from the Chi over into the private sector has been winners for everyone, Phil Mulvey?
I would have thought so. The staff out there are still employed. The people of Western Southland have still got an aged care hospital out there. The Chi have achieved what they wanted to do, and Alistair and Mary Wright have another venture running in Southland. So
Let's